Whew. Hey guys, how's it going? Blair here again, back in my spot. As you can tell if you've watched any of my other videos, it's a little bit colder this time than it has been. We got a lot of snow out here. It's been snowing the last couple of days. So let's see if I can get a fire going, do some kind of a camp breakfast. I got some bannock to make. I do have a little bit of wood from last time I was here that I'll probably use because it seems like it's going to be drier and I don't want to spend all my time in the snow gathering firewood. I also have some wood left over from another camping trip, but I might just use that. I am going to see if I can get it going in a traditional bushcraft style, but then after that I'm probably just going to throw logs on the thing and try to get warm. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Stick with me. Alright, first thing I'm going to do, put my tarp up, give myself an area to keep from getting snowed on. When I set up, I'm just going to do a basic like lean-to style shelter. Woo. It's chilly out here. I think it's like 29, 30, something like that, so pretty cold. Just gonna do, simple bowline knot with a toggle for my suspension. That way I don't have to start taking stuff, untying and tying a ton of knots here at the end. Perfect. Ridge line down. One thing I like to do to make it easier to put these things up and down is I use a Persic. It just makes it easier to tension and tighten and move everything. Just keep two of them, strapped to your tent at all times. They don't weigh much. They only take a second to assemble and disassemble, so that's huge. And then you can just tighten it if you want to slide it. Catches, but it's easy to move from one side to the other. Put this here. And there. Boom. How does it get? Stakes for the back. Whew. It also gives me a little bit of dry space if I want to set some stuff down. And it's not snowing much now, but if it picks up later, I'll be good. Whew. Now it's time to chop some wood. Alright, so as you can tell, the fire pit is a little snowed over. So I'm going to uncover some of this down to the dirt, ashes from last time. Woo! Frozen solid, some of it. Rocks. So muddy on the bottom, so we're going to use some of the wood that was here before as a base, and then some of the new wood that we chopped as a base, because you don't want to build your fire in this mud shit. And snow, because all the water's going to zap, all the moisture's going to zap the fire. You won't have nothing. So this will create a good base, and will also be a good spot for airflow to kind of get up and underneath it. Okay, so another thing to note, all this wood that's standing here is from last time I was out here. So if you're going to go to a spot several times, or you're leaving and you think you're going to go back, and you have extra wood, lean it against a tree or something. Don't just leave it on the ground, because then if it rains, it's going to end up soaked. This, for as wet as everything is, this stuff is still decently dry. So I'm just going to cut this up and see if I can't get a fire started with this. You know, it's practice for using stuff that's kind of wet out here. And then I'm going to, like I said, throw some logs I've got in the car on there and see if we can't really get it going. There's also a couple good trees around here that have some excellent bark for lighting fire, so I'm going to gather some of those and show you what to look for. Alright. So these are the trees that you're looking for, some of them, when you're making your fire starter. They're this more fibrous bark, right? So you can peel off some of this. It comes off in like strips, right? Bend it over a couple times and then really just start to work it back and forth. Get it in your hands, just roll it back and forth, and you can see all this dust and powder coming out, right? This is the stuff that's going to catch a spark. All this is pretty dry. It's a little wet, but we'll see what we can do with it. But you keep doing that. Also, the friction from your hands will dry it out a little. Make a big one of these, sort of pull it apart. Just keep doing that, and that's what we're going to try and get to take a spark. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, first things first, gotta set up our saw. There are some easier ones to set up than this one, but it works good enough for me. Alright, when you are setting one of these up, you don't try and put these through simultaneously, it's not going to fit. So you sort of have to put in one side with the other. Get that in, just screw this back on. Get it nice and tight. Tow it like a toy guy. Boom. Good to go. I like to do about 4 arm length pieces when I can. Tell you now, this jacket's coming off real soon. Warming up now that I'm moving around. Boom, firewood. Alright, so you notice I took a layer off here. If you're not used to being out in the cold and working, layering, delayering, it's super important, because if you start to break a sweat in your clothes, you are going to get cold quick when you stop moving. Super important. So if you start getting hot, take a beanie off, take your jacket off, take off your neck warmer, whatever you got, put it back on when you stop moving, because you do not want to freeze your butt off.
You'll be moving around, doing stuff, you're sweating, you're thinking, oh man, I'm good. You know, it's not that cold out here anymore. Next thing you know, you're drenched. And then you stop. All your clothes are soaked. And you don't have any dry clothes with you. Especially if you're wearing stuff that's cotton. They call it the cotton killer. Because cotton does not dry out like wool does. You end up with hypothermia. It's one of the reasons layers are so important. Take them on, put them off, never break a sweat. Some little sticks. This one here. Ooh, I love the smell of wood. I'm getting hungry, so I can't wait to get this going. Remember, when you're dealing with wood that may be a little damp on the outside, chances are the dry stuff is in the middle. So as you're splitting that up, keep an eye on what was in the middle, because that's what you're going to want to use to make your feather sticks. Breaking it down. Definitely going to try and have some real little pieces too. I think I'm going to do something a little different than the last few, which is where I'm going to kind of go log cabin status for this one. If you watched my last video, you'll know that it took me a while to get it going. I got it going, then it died, then I had to get it going again. And it started dying. And I'm over off camera making feather sticks, trying to get enough dry kindling to get this thing moving. So this time, I'm going to prepare a little more ahead of time, so I'm not dealing with the frustration of that. Even if they do, that's okay. You can still use them. Another thing to note is that knife turned down makes curls that go out. Knife turned up makes curls that go in. Straight, go straight. If you can do it. Which is more important, I guess. I'm still at the stage where I'm doing them kind of bigger than I would like to. But I'm just sort of trying to get the hang of this still. Don't get discouraged if you don't get it the first try. Definitely takes some doing. I got really mad the first few times I tried to do this. And now I just don't care. I mean, I do a little, but not enough to like let it ruin your experience, which it did a few times. Couldn't get them to curl. I was like, this is freaking stupid. And if that's happening, then what's the point of even being outside, you know? The point of coming out here and doing this is to have fun. If you're not having fun, don't do it. There's one. Those are pretty thin. It's not bad. Try not to set them completely in the snow. Having a straight piece of wood is huge too. If it bends one way or the other, it'll break off, won't curl, you get stuck on a knot. Ooh, definitely warming up. Gloves are coming off, people. Sharp knife is also huge for this. Dull knife's not going to cut it. Literally not going to cut it. I think I'll use a bigger piece. Every time I do that, I feel like I'm breaking it. Alright, so this one's pretty straightforward. So if I'm breaking it, save those. So you hit a knot, it pops off, so you gotta find a straighter spot. Each time you do it, rotate just a little bit. I'm going to try and get one more and then see if I can't get this going. Once again, decently straight. You don't really have to push that hard. Feel like you do when you first start out, and it's really more about just having the knife sharp enough to do what the knife wants to do. This one's not biting that well. That's another thing, you know, if you're doing it, it's not working, you got more wood, switch to another piece of wood. Don't just keep going after the same one. Mess around with them, try and figure out what works best for you. One piece isn't working, you get 30 pieces of wood. There's no reason to just keep failing on the same piece, you know? This is going a lot better. Bend it out, keep it going. Hopefully that will do. Okay, I've got my giant bird's nest thing from earlier. That now that I'm feeling this without my gloves on, feels a little damper than I was hoping, but we'll see what we can do. Really work this stuff up. The goal is it's just going to get dropped right into here. Make sure it's big enough. Boop. And all this right on top. So I've got a couple different ways to get this going today. First one I'm going to try is this new piece of kit that my aunt and uncle sent me for my birthday, which is fire steel with a magnesium thing here. Now, I guess this is supposed to burn hot as hell. So you should scrape some of this, or cut it, I don't really know. Scrape some of it off into here. The shavings, which if you can see are turning this like silver. And I guess this stuff's supposed to burn super hot. Or maybe you just back hit it so it all comes off in a pile. And dump it in. I'm not really sure. And then, oh yeah. This might be a little wet though. That really took up though. Regular other fire steel. So another good thing is kind of get some of the oxidization off there before you really start going after this. Might be a little damper than I want. Brace. We're abandoning our log cabin. Come on, dude. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, fire. Come on, little dudes. This is a lot of work for breakfast, I'm telling you. time to talk about what we got for food. Today for food, I got a couple eggs. I got a slice of cheese, stuff to make some bannock. I got pop for my coffee. So I'm basically going to use whatever water I need to add to my bannock mix, which is also half cornmeal. It's more like a corn mix, which is awesome. Like a giant corn muffin. So I'm going to mix this up first. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get through because I just realized how much battery I've lost trying to get this damn fire going, which is finally, oh, it feels good. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this video. We'll see. I'll probably just start stopping and start and stop, start and stop. Hopefully I can get the gist of it for you guys. So you got your flour and corn mix. Add some water. Mix it up. Another thing I've got, oh, this feels so fucking good. Got these tea bags, right? That I filled with coffee. It's better than any instant coffee I've ever had. For a big pot like this, you're definitely going to need more than one, so I've got 2 of them. Woo! I'll back up. Hose warm up. Alright, so I'm going to finish mixing this, get my coffee going. Then I will restart the video camera and see if I can't catch you guys up with what I've been doing. Okay, so I got my mix about done. I got my coffee in my pot kind of going here. Got some coals here to cook on for my bannock. This thing does not really need to be preheated. I got some oil, which might pump out of here. Ooh, that's hot. And I'm getting smoked out now. Just take this thing off. Oh, there we go. Squeeze this right to the pan. Oh man, that's hot. Hot coffee. Wow. Just gotta wiggle it out. Set it down and let it do its thing. Okay, my bannock bread here looks like it is about ready to flip. You hear kind of a crust on the underside, so pretty easy. Just flip it over. Golden brown. Nice. Might end up with some ashes on it. That's okay. Put it back. Check the coffee. Whew. Another good thing about a spork here. Good for a lid. Oh yeah, it's getting nice and dark. Just kind of squeeze these things out. They sort of fill up with air. So if you squeeze them, you sort of goosh all the coffee out into there. Another thing I have with me is just a little bit of coffee creamer. It's kind of glamping, but whatever. Doesn't take too much of this stuff. I'd say that's just about ready for drinking. Alright, bannock's about done. It's popping into my bowl here. Let that cool off. Add a little more oil. It's maybe more than I should have, but whatever. Be good. Let my huevos out. Oh yeah, this is gonna be tasty. Oh man, almost lost my egg. Ah, it's hot. Spoke. Now these probably won't take too long to cook. So my coffee's looking. Tasting good. Baby comes in handy here. Ooh, it's hot. Alright, let's see if I can do this without dumping my eggs into the ground. I have a habit of, every video I've made, I've dumped half my food into the dirt somehow. That'll do. Break out your cheese. Now, I said before in one of my previous videos, the nice thing about making these sandwiches is this, the same thing used to make this, it will be the same size, which is great. I hate having too much egg, not enough bread, too much bread, and not enough eggs. Cut this thing right down the middle. Put this in that, should be identical. Alright, let's see. Now an easy way to do this, you take whichever side you want to be the top, which is going to be this side. That's where I like my cheese on the top. Right on there. This out of the way. Boop. Perfect. That's the bottom. There's your sandwich. I use this as like a makeshift plate. Hopefully I don't drop the whole thing. I'd be so pissed. Went through all this for this damn sandwich and then drop it in the dirt. You know what, I was going to cut it, but I don't think I am. I'm just going to go for it. Try not to burn the hell out of myself. Look at that dough. I mean, it fits about as perfect as you're going to get it. cheese, egg, corn biscuit. Oh, hell yeah. Alright guys, well, that's it for my video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. I hope you learned something about how hard it is to do this when it's wet or cold. Everything's covered in snow. Hopefully I'll get better. Learn with me. Go out, try it. You know, mess around in the woods for a day. Make some videos of your own. Just have a good time. Enjoy the woods. Thanks again. Once again, my name's Blair. This is my channel. If you guys liked it, like the video, subscribe if you would. It'd be awesome. You know, if not, thanks for watching anyway. Have a good one.